Hello, everyone. I'm Audrey, Galex, executive producer at AIB-TV, and thank you very much, Andrew Adler, owner and publisher of the Atlanta Jewish Times, for joining me here in the AIB studio today. We invited you here because of a bit of a firestorm over a recent column, January 13th column, in the Atlanta Jewish Times that you wrote that advocated or suggested the possible assassination of a president who was deemed not favorable to Israel in case of a nuclear Iran. And I'd like to give you an opportunity to respond to that. I know that there's been a number of repercussions already.
Yes, there have, and let me just start off by saying I am sorry. I apologize to everybody out there who I've hurt. In no way are my intention to do that. I was basically writing the column to draw interest, I guess, to the Iranian situation and to get people's reaction to it. And by no ways, means, shape, or form to suggest, advocate, or anything that I wrote. Do I wish I took it back? Yes. Was it a keyboard in the mouth? Yes, it was. All I can do right now is just let President Obama state of Israel, everybody affected, the Atlanta Jewish community, that I'm sincerely sorry for what has transpired. I just felt I was doing my job as an owner and publisher to get the readers to wake up to what's happening with Iran and Israel, with the nuclear situation. In the interview I had with Sharon Kabbalah, who's the Deputy Israel Counsel to Israel, I had on your Jewish community, which aired on January 15th, I believe the last part of the interview, I haven't seen it, that she wanted to talk about Iran. She wanted to let people, to tell people, her words were to wake up, about Iran. And I asked her what was the end game to that interview. And she didn't I forgot what she said, but it wasn't a pleasant ending if we don't wake up to what's happening. And
she is the Vice Consul General.
Well, Deputy Consul General for Israel, or to Israel, or for Israel in the Southeast.
And yet the Consul General of Israel to the Southeast, Ophir Aviran, has issued a statement saying that he was appalled at his words, this deranged and morally repugnant assertion. We condemn such calls in the strongest possible terms.
I can understand his verbiage and his feelings, and I had worked with Ofer to establish strong working relationship with the Israeli consulate. He writes a column for us every other week in our paper. I hope he continues to do so.
And I must tell our viewers that the Jewish Times, that you are one of our programmers with a monthly program on AIB-TV.
Yes, and it's called Your Jewish Community, and I did it so to people to as an informative program to educate people about the Atlanta Jewish community, about Israel. And the stories are, I've been in journalism since 1970. I'm dating myself since 1977, and written thousands of articles, and none of which have, have ever created this feedback. I'm being generous when I say the word feedback. It's more just feedback.
So it must be investigated thoroughly by a number of authorities.
Yes.
What are your plans for additional apologies? Of course, you've apologized through the Jewish Telegraphic Agency, with several media.
Right, and when I will not, if they call, I will continue. It's a true apology. It's not just getting on the air and trying to circumvent my actions, but it is a true, sincere, from the heart apology, and I've never, in my wildest dreams, could ever imagine something like this ever happening.
Yet, as you were writing these words, at any moment, did you have second thoughts?
My thoughts were just plain and simple. My thoughts were just create feedback. Okay. I wasn't. Call me stupid. Call me naive. Call me morally insane. Whatever words you want to apply to. I'm sure a lot of people out there think I'm an idiot for what I wrote. To the point of either selling, just doing all different.
Have you been? Has anyone advised you to sell the paper or to?
No, but those are the thoughts that that cross my mind. It's kind of interesting. It's storming outside, and as we speak,
Yes.
and I've always felt that when a storm happens, that God's angry with me, and
It can be very cleansing though, also. Is there anything you would like to say in terms of an apology directly to the president or to the institution of the White House? Or the presidency?
the president, the vice president, Benjamin Netanyahu, to family, friends, co-workers who've stood by me since I bought the paper, through thick and thin. And I want to thank you for allowing me this time. Right now, a lot of people, just they're not giving. I won't say not giving. That's the wrong thing to say. Not giving me. They are giving me the opportunity. I hope to continue as owner publisher of Atlanta Jewish Times. It's a job.
And perhaps anyone who might consider taking your words seriously or seeing Jews as having dual loyalties, or
I guess my one thing I want to say thanks to is the Jewish Federation of Greater Atlanta. They've supporting me. I know that they're getting a lot of calls to do the opposite. But I've had good conversations with them, and good. It's just to the fact that they know who I am, and the relationship I've built up with them, and I've always had good things to say. I've always had good things to say about Jewish community here and in Israel and everywhere else. I know there's differences when it comes to foreign policy with Israel and its neighbors, but again, the column was just what would you do is basically the feedback. What would you do if you woke up one morning and you had 15,000 rockets ready to be fired at you, and you had nuclear arms ready to be, launched against you, and the fact that the words "never again," for Israel is it's the heart of their survival.
But sadly, some people with your words might be remembering what happened to the Israeli Prime Minister, and from within the country there.
Yeah.
And
True. I wasn't even, to look back on it. I screwed up, and now I presented the column. The one thing I learned about print, once it's in print, you just don't take it back. You can't take it back. even though your intentions were good, I mean, the intentions were to bring, get more people involved in the situation over there, and to promote Israel and to get on Israel's side, and the Jewish community here, and to work with the administration more and let them know how we feel.
But in fact, that could backfire in terms of Israeli-American relations.
Well, I hope not. I swear to God, I hope not. I pray that it doesn't. I'm at a loss as far as what tomorrow will bring, or tonight will bring, or the next 5 minutes will bring, or it's something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. This moment, and
I want to thank you very much for being willing to share your reflections on this with AIB. Is there anything that I did not ask that you would like to add?
That just, I'm asking my readers and people who know me to stick with me during this time. Please don't continue to read the paper. It's a good newspaper. I go to work every day with only the best interest of the Jewish community and everything else that's affected, that involves the Jewish community. I thank you for allowing me to do my show here at the Jewish community, which, if people watch, know that I'm very sincere about what I do. I feel the job is not just a job; it's a spiritual calling for me. I worked at the Atlanta Jewish Times from '87, '89. I stay in Jewish journalism for another 20 years.
And I take it in your next column you were going to be referring to this. Do you know what you were going to say?
I will pour my heart out into the column not to try to explain, but to explain, and hopefully people understand what I was trying to, that was what I wanted to do. And I will have to live with the repercussions.
You have already published some letters to the editor that were in opposition to your words,
right,
including a representative from the Ra'anana, the sister city to Atlanta.
Right.
And they at least one said they were dropping their subscription as a result of that.
Right. And that's going to happen, and I deserve the repercussions in looking back and how people perceive what I wrote. All I can say is that I am devastated. I'm stunned at what has happened. I'll be more than happy to talk to everybody and anybody about that. And in this upcoming issue, please read it. And when you read it, I hope you'll understand more about me and what I was trying to do. And again, I'm repeating, in no way, shape, or form was I advocating or suggesting anything. It's just a matter of just trying to get people's opinion and draw attention to it. But I'll have to step back now and rethink where do I go from here. Your thoughts go. Right now my thoughts are from everything that if I want to go to Israel, I probably wouldn't be welcome there now, and if I wanted to go anywhere that the Jewish community, Or that, I know people know I'm born and raised here, so people know.
What do you want to do?
I want to continue to be the owner and publisher of Atlanta Jewish Times. I want to make amends for what has transpired. I want to talk to anybody and everybody and to explain my position.
You're obviously very emotional about this, I can tell from the beginning.
Well, I drank a lot of Manischewitz wine last night, and I did light the candles, and I had no challah bread, and did a lot of praying, which I do every morning, to be thankful for what I have, and to think that I could lose everything is devastating. Worked hard for the last 3 years to take the paper, which was on its way to closing, and to build it up and build a relationship. The relationships up in the community. I guess it's like I have to do it again. I guess I'm back to square one. I'm probably farther back than square one now. But I'll go into work Monday morning. I'll probably hold a staff meeting. Be very honest with my staff and tell them what's happening, and hopefully they'll stick with me. But I understand if they don't. And I understand, and hopefully the relationships with the Jewish community will continue. But I understand why they'll be fractured severely. My Dover consulate here. I don't know what more to say except I'm sorry. And I'm your best friend. I'm Israel's best friend. I'm the Jewish community's best friend. A lot of tears are coming down from heaven right now. And it's just,
I want to thank you very much for being willing to share with us so openly and honestly. And Andrew Adler, and thank you again for being with us on AIB-TV.
Thank you.